When you walk into a building or you walk into a space that you're automatically judged by your tattoos?
Definitely.
For sure,
yeah. Definitely.
Most definitely.
For sure. There's been a few times actually when I'll go, because I like to shop and I like to go to nice places and eat, and there's been a few times where I would go in to like a clothing store and I would be followed, or like, and there's a whole bunch of people like in this building and I'm only being followed, and I can always tell, because I worked in retail for a while, and so I'm like kind of aware of that kind of thing. Or like even, if I go into a restaurant and I'm the last person to get served or even be acknowledged, even though I was one of the first people. And so it's like stuff like that. Not all of it's totally negative, but there's been some incidents where stuff like that happens.
So for you, I know that you're fully covered.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say, of course there has to be a meaning behind why you're fully covered, because
Yeah.
you didn't do one or two, but you did your entire body.
Mm-hmm.
So what was really the reason behind your entire body?
Well, for me, art was always a way for me to express myself. I used to stutter, and so art and drawing, those are like my only ways of really communicating. And some people choose to write about their lives on paper. I choose to write mine on my body.
Yeah.
And so I love art, and I see tattoos as a form of art, and I want to express that.
So could you like take us on a roadmap of just
Yeah, of course, yeah.
when which one was kind of like,
So this one, the one on my chest, was actually the third tattoo I ever got. I started with the star on my ankle, and then I did like these little, I ended up buying a machine and did like these little doodles on my arms, which I absolutely hate. And then my third one, I decided to get this one because I was like really insecure, growing into adulthood, you don't know anything, and it's hard to kind of like navigate, into society. And so I got this big, tattoo on my chest to remind myself how far I've come and how strong I am. And, when people see me, I'm like super tiny, but it's like, I'm tough. And so that's one of the reasons why I got that. And then I started getting portraits of people who've inspired me. So one would be Frank Sinatra. His music has gotten me through a lot of really, really tough times in life. And even now when I listen to his music, it just makes me, it really makes me happy. And I feel like, I guess like loved in a weird way. I don't know if that sounds weird. And then I got Frida Kahlo because she's just such a pioneer, being, I guess what I would call like a feminist and not caring what anyone thought of her with, unibrow and having a mustache. Like I love that, and owning her own identity. Same thing with Jimi Hendrix. And so I kind of just started getting things based off of how I was feeling, and it's kind of like a roadmap of,
it's
like my diary.
Taking you all around.
Exactly.